Welcome to Surfaces Reporter's weekly news roundup. My name is Vertica Dvivedi. The news section is divided into three categories: architecture and design, real estate, business news and retail, building materials and products. Before I go into details, here are the headlines. Architect Hiren Patel says healthy architectural criticism sharpens our ideas and helps in creating better projects. Architect Sumit, Dhawan and Zafar Chaudhry's Todd house used fiber optics lighting in the facade for the first time in India. It is a zero maintenance house, claims the designer. Architect Hafeez Contractor and Martha Thorne, Executive Director of Pritzker Architecture Prize, shared their secrets with SR about how they stayed motivated during the bad days. Have you seen India's first class skywalk? If not, you will see it in a short while from now. Black Villa by an architect in New York has taken the internet by storm. IKEA is about to open its Navi Mumbai physical store by December 18th with full health and safety measures. IKEA has also got over 3,300 square meter land to start project in Noida. Maharashtra's Public Works Department approves mainstream use of bamboo as a construction material. Shapoorji Pallonji Real Estate subsidiary Joyville Shapoorji Housing to invest 700 crore in residential project at Pune. Jewar Airport is expanding. The Uttar Pradesh government has given a go-ahead to acquire 3,500 hectares of land. Can vacant offices due to COVID becomes home for fixing housing shortages? What is your opinion? The 24,000 crore bullet train contract has created record. Reliance Industries retail arm buys online furniture brand Urban Ladder. Kakinada residents are getting their carelessly disposed trash back into their homes. As we are going through the pandemic, the ultimate question is, where is the demand and which sectors will drive demand? K. Ranganathan, MD of Roca India, will be live on Surfaces Reporter on 5th of December at 4 p.m. Ultratech will be investing Rs 5,477 crore towards capacity expansion. This comes as the first major investment of this size by a cement maker in recent years. First glimpses of the latest Surfaces Reporter print magazine issue is out. Now the news in details. Last week, architect Hiren Patel, founder of Hiren Patel Architects Ahmedabad, was Surfaces Reporter's Architect of the Week. He has raised a very important point about architecture criticism. He says healthy criticism is good and it sharpens our ideas. He even narrated a project where someone pointed out what's missing and how much he regrets not adding that feature in the project. Let's look at what he's talking about, architectural criticism and the project he mentioned.
In today's time, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, where we always clap, but we never criticize. So we are in somehow, critic is very important. And if somebody gives a critic, you listen to them, actually you sharpen your qualities. No? So there's nothing wrong about the critic if you take positively that. Yes. So somebody told me, he said, Hiren, you call this house a village house. How can you forget the otas? Where if you go in Rajasthan or any small houses, you're nice, the ota, no small one with the steps going up and down. And she said, how can you forget this? And then he said, oh my God, why did not you meet me 3 years ago? If you had told me when I was designing this house, that ota I would have kept into that, because I can now imagine those little kind of ups and downs what we see in the narrow street of Jaisalmer or something. If you would have brought that character to the house, would have been even one step ahead of that. Yeah. So there is always constant learning. So somebody criticizes you, makes you more sharper. So I know now one small error has been left perhaps people don't notice, but now I notice because that would have made that result even better, no? So the as the end result, that house is still wonderful.
1,000 square yards, Gurugram's Todd House, designed by architect Sumit Dhawan of City Space 82 Architects and Zafar Chaudhry of Habitat Architects, used fiber optics lighting in the facade for the first time in India. The house is completely based upon zero maintenance concept. The boundary wall is treated with dry stone cladding where the slab was scooped out to give an illusion of bent stones. The gate, being one of the most utilized elements, is installed in porcelain, a scratch resistant and water and termite proof medium, aiding to the longevity and zero maintenance characteristic. The driveway acquires an array of integrated directional lighting while also acting as mood lighting at night. The materials used in the facade are zero maintenance. Search for the Todd residence on surfacesreporter.com to see the project in details. Surfaces Reporter hosted architect Hafeez Contractor and Martha Thorne as speakers during an e-talk recently. Martha, as you know, is the executive director of the Pritzker Architecture Prize, and she's also the dean of IE School of Architecture and Design. Picking a question from the live audience, I had asked them both how they managed to keep themselves inspired even during the bad days. Here's what they said. How do you keep yourself, how do you push yourself when the days are not so inspiring, not so good? How do you do it?
Martha, would you like to answer it first?
Thank you. I would say that there are many days when one doesn't feel motivated, and especially now with COVID, there's a lot of pressure. I think what I do is I realize that it's not a weakness to ask for help. And so I try to reach out to friends and colleagues on those days, even though sometimes it's hard to do that. But I think feeling that you're part of a community, that you're not alone, and that other people share the same worries and concerns and difficult moments, I think is probably one thing. Then everybody has their own ways. You know, some people like to put on music really loud. Some people dance. Some people eat. Some people do other things. But I would say in my case, I rely on my friends and colleagues, and they're extremely generous, so it usually works. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I always, whenever there is, I'm down and out, I look at what are the problems like, and I get to it and try and solve those problems. And I can tell you that whenever I look at any problem, or sometimes when the worst day is that the client is not happy with you, and that's my worst day, because and I get to it and I say, why is he not happy? What is the reason? And I try and solve that. And when I solve that, I'm the most happy. And I keep on in my mind, and I try and solve what is the most genuine problem to me, to the people surrounding, or to one of my client, and I just call him up and I say, hi, I think this is the problem, let's solve it like this. And we have come up with some real good answers, and that is the real pleasure. So that it's like nobody has asked you to do it, but you did it, and I find great pleasure in that.
So it was interesting indeed. Have you seen India's first glass skywalk? India's first glass skywalk is located in Sikkim's Pelling at 7,200 feet above sea level and situated right opposite to the 137 feet statue of Chaudhry. Nestled amidst the magnificent Himalayas, the glass skywalk provides a beautiful view of the Buddhist pilgrimage site. Pelling is a small hill town with mesmerizing views. Now, with the addition of the fourth tallest statue and India's first glass skywalk, Pelling has become the most hyped destination of Sikkim. Do you know which company has partnered to provide safe glass and glazing solution for the landmark project? It is Vertica Saint-Gobain. They have customized a solution for this highly complex glazing challenge at the Pelling Skywalk, and see how much people are enjoying at the site. The next is about architect Reza Mohtashmi, based in Mashhad. He has recently designed a splendid villa. It's called a Black Villa, a contemporary family home in Harriman State Park, which is the second largest state park in New York, located 30 miles north of New York City. This villa catches everyone's attention with a beautiful structure and equally stunning interior designs. It is built on a site of 96 square meter and in an area of 400 square meters. There are around 31 lakes, public camping areas and great vistas in this place. Also, this area is a tourist paradise with over 200 miles of hiking trails. Except for the centerpiece, the entire furnishing of the residence are in black. The centerpiece is made from light wood to break the monochromatic theme of all black. This project is one of the most loved projects shared in the Facebook and Insta pages of Surfaces Reporter. Another design project that has created waves in our social media pages is the Ellipsicone by architect Ben Burkle of On Studio. It is a synthesis of inside and outside space, a cocoon-like design that creates an immediate sense of relaxation, rest and recreation. The continuous surface of this sculptural pavilion is woven from strands of 100% recyclable high-density polyethylene. The soft curves are beautiful, as if inviting someone to sit, explore and experience the pavilion. IKEA is about to open its Navi Mumbai store on December 18th with full health and safety measures. The 5 lakh plus square feet area of IKEA store will inspire people with more than 7,000 well-designed, affordable, good quality and sustainable home furnishing products, along with ideas and inspiration for every home. Peter Bitzer, CEO and Chief Sustainability Officer, IKEA, is very excited. He says IKEA is present online in Mumbai since 2019. With this physical store, he said that their long-term commitment to Maharashtra will be achieved. That is to create 6,000 plus jobs by 2030, of which 50% will be women. In another development related to IKEA, it is reported that the furniture retail giant has got over 3,300 square meters of land to start project in Noida. The Maharashtra Public Works Department has approved mainstream use of bamboo as a construction material. Good news. One that has been awaited for a long time. Government finally allowed mainstream use of bamboo in its projects. The notification also said that not only PWD but other departments will also be able to promote it in construction activities. For the first time, RCC columns and beams of bamboo were put to use as non-scheduled items. In tensile load application, results shown by bamboo are interesting because the ratio of tensile strength to the specific weight of bamboo is 6 times greater than steel. Now, in civil engineering, many people are using bamboo in place of steel for reinforcement due to the high tensile strength. Bamboo's tensile strength is roughly 28,000 per square inch versus steel's 23,000. so it is 6 times of steel's reinforcement. The energy needed to produce steel is almost 50 times that of this natural product. It is always good to know about new construction projects and plans, isn't it? Shapoorji Pallonji Real Estate subsidiary Joyville Shapoorji Housing is to invest 700 crore in residential project in Pune. The developer subsidiary is planning to invest that much of money in the third residential project in Pune. A total inventory of over 1,100 apartments are being planned. The company had earlier launched 2 projects in Pune, the Joyville Hadassar Annex and Joyville Hinjawadi. Shapoorji Pallonji Real Estate has a development pipeline of over 80 million square feet and is looking to double its top line in the next 2 to 3 years. The real estate arm is planning to launch new projects in new phases in the existing projects in MMR, Pune, Gurgaon, Bangalore and Kolkata by the fiscal year. Jewar Airport is expanding. The UP government has given a go-ahead to acquire 3,500 hectares of land. The government has given the go-ahead to acquire that much of land for the expansion of Jewar Airport. The Yamuna Expressway Industrial Development Authority has submitted the feasibility study which says up to 5 runways can be built in the Jewar Airport, for which additional land will be required. For many of you who do not know, Zurich Airports has owned the contract to build and operate Jewar Airport for a period of 40 years, including construction period of 4 years in the first phase. The facility will act as the second airport for Delhi and is expected to start operations around 2023-24, by when the existing airport is set to exhaust its capacity of more than 100 million. Can vacant offices due to COVID become homes to fix housing shortages? Well, Singapore is pushing a plan to redevelop old offices in its central business district with new incentives for converting excess car park spaces into residence shops, restaurants and indoor farms. Recently, the South Korean government said it will add 1,14,000 homes for public housing within the next 2 years by buying empty hotels and offices and converting them into residences. It is said that 8 out of 10 workers in Singapore prefer to work from home or have flexible arrangements, according to a survey. While several governments are keen to utilize vacant resources by converting into homes, some people are arguing that changing an office into residential would take a longer time and this approach might not be financially feasible. What is your opinion? Write to us at servicesreporter.com. The 24,000 crore bullet train contract has created record. The National High Speed Rail Corporation has signed the country's largest ever government funded civil contract of nearly rupees 25,000 crore for the Ahmedabad Mumbai bullet train project with infrastructure major L&T. The construction company said they have deployed people on ground to start the work already. Reliance Industries retail arm buys online furniture brand Urban Ladder. Reliance Retail has bought a 96% majority stake in Urban Ladder for rupees 182 crore. This deal gives Reliance Retail access to a growing online furniture retail market, which has seen its turnover grow by nearly 10-folds in 3 years. Urban Ladder is reportedly going to continue as a separate brand under the Reliance ecosystem. With the success of omni-channel model, even Nilkamal and Godrej are consolidating their positions. The Kakinada residents are getting their carelessly disposed trash back into their homes. Kakinada, this Andhra town, is sending garbage as return gifts to those who irresponsibly dump waste. Swapnil Dinakar Pontkar, the Municipal Commissioner of Kakinada City, has come up with a unique way of teaching the residents who irresponsibly dump garbage on the streets or on the road a lesson. Check out this interesting initiative.
We have deployed more than 900 sanitary workers who would visit door to door each and every household on each day to collect the segregated waste. The citizens are expected to hand over the segregated waste only to these sanitary workers. Whoever is found littering onto the roads, the garbage would be sent back to that household as a deterrent.
As we are going through the pandemic, the ultimate question is, where is the demand? And which sectors will drive demand? There are 4 key areas where demand is getting generated, and these drivers are going to push construction and real estate demand in the time to come. We shall get back with detailed news about these demand drivers in the next weekly bulletin by Surfaces Reporter. Success today is about how much you know and how you use this information for your business. So keep a close check at surfacesreporter.com. For a quick look at the building materials and products, we are going live with Mr. K.A. Ranganathan, MD of Roca India, on the 5th of December in the front runner section of Surfaces Reporter. Roca, as many of you know, is a Spanish producer of sanitary products and one of the leading brands with their presence in more than 135 countries. If you have any question for Mr. Ranganathan, do join and ask during the live session. Autotech will be investing rupees 5,417 crore towards capacity expansion. Aditya Birla Group's cement flagship company, Ultratech, has announced this investment for expansion of 12.8 million ton per annum. This comes as the first major investment of this size by a cement maker in recent years. This significant investment in a core infrastructure sector will accelerate the wheels of economic activity and aid the kickstart of the private investment cycle, said Aditya Birla Group's chairman Kumar Mangalam Birla in a media statement. Print issue of Surfaces Reporter magazine is out. It is exclusive coverage of the conversation between 2 global architecture icons hosted by Surfaces Reporter Live. Professor and architect Vivi Doshi and Alvaro Cesar, both Pritzker laureates, and what a warm and interesting conversation it was. We have also curated an article on pandemic-driven trends that are going to stay, apart from a lot of other important news and content. The next bulletin will have an extensive coverage of the latest product launches. Surfaces Reporter is actively updating social media pages like Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, etc. Get connected with us by following, liking if you have not yet done. Many of you wanted to know how to be a part of Surfaces Reporter's weekly news. Well, write to us with the news from your city or about your projects, products, important initiatives to press at surfacesreporter.com. And don't forget, keep checking surfacesreporter.com's website. See you next week. Till then, take good care and have a great weekend.